Šis ir pieci.
Seriņš un Karmens Stepānovs šajā pēdējā pilnīgā vakarā šajā nedēļā. Bet mums ir internacionāli viesi.
Ļoti internacionāli viesi.
No ļoti tālas valsts ieradušies ciemos grupas dalībnieki. Grupa saucās Garbanotas Bosistas. Cilvēki ir no Lietuvas, tāpēc mēs turpināsim runāt angļu valodā.
Un pēc tam arī centīsimies paskaidrot.
Atreferēsim. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Guys, can you loudly say your names to the audience?
You said it quite correctly, but it's Garbanotas Bosistas.
And it's more like Čirkains Basists.
Hey,
You know it.
Can you please go closer to the mic?
My name is Mantas.
Mantas, hi.
Hello.
We should do this? Okay, and my name is Jonas.
Jonas.
Nice to meet you, Jonas.
Hi. We were speaking like a few minutes ago about your experience in Latvia, and this is not the first time for you as a band to be here.
No.
Where have you played?
We've played in Positivus last year, in I Love You stage, and we've been like traveling a bit 3 years ago, I guess. So, yes, last time we've also played in Rezekne in Seven Hills Festival, and but 3 years ago we've been to Riga and Liepaja also.
And we will play in Rezekne
on Saturday also.
So you have like a small tour here now in Latvia.
Yeah. Like, we're moving to Tallinn tomorrow and coming back to Latvia again.
What are you gonna do in Tallinn?
To play a show also.
Oh, that's quite fancy. Is it common thing to bands from Lithuania travel around the Baltics and play at every place possible?
It's just we released the album, you know. Doing a kind of, presenting.
Shows. Yeah.
We've been in UK recently, so it's you have to visit the neighbors also.
And how do you feel after visiting the neighbors? What's your
Which one is your favorite neighbor?
Yeah, of course, Latvia.
Wow,
Well, but it's quite hard,
because
to tell, because if we say that it's Latvia and some Polish people would hear, then they will get angry. But if we say it differently, then you will get angry. So I guess Latvians and Polish, basically. I've never been to other neighbors,
No. Yeah, you can't tell about them if you haven't been there. It's totally true.
Well, I've been in Russia, but let's leave it there.
Let's leave it in Russia.
Next time. Hey, but the feeling afterwards when you travel around the Baltics, what's the one last thought in your mind after coming home about the Baltics and stuff like that? Is it simple or is it a bit difficult to be in your neighbor countries?
Well, I don't know what's the difficulty. It's just this language. It's very funny, It's easier sometimes to understand the more difficult language and more different from your own. Like, for example, Latvian for me sounds, too similar. So it's
you almost understand, but
so it's very difficult. And it's just that everything else is very nice.
I guess like every time when you go to Latvia or Estonia or Poland, it's always like very beautiful nature. We have so much like vast spaces, that are without cities and houses and everything, and that's very beautiful. That I enjoy in this coast, I guess.
It's basically like feeling like at home.
Yeah.
A bit. It's just in Riga, I noticed there's so many sweets shops and cafes. I really like that.
You
it's
like
a real temptation.
Yes, it's on all the corners in all town.
Tell us about your experience in festivals as a Lithuanian band. How is it?
In what festival?
For example, Positivus last year. You said you played
on I Love You stage.
Yeah. Have you met any other Lithuanian band in Positivus last year, or you were only one?
I guess last year.
We were the only one, I guess.
Last year.
Yes, last year. And it was really fun. It was a very nice concert.
I just guess that it's you have this in Latvia. You have this really good festival here, and actually I've never been to Positivus before, just for listening. And this time we came and we were, for me it was really good because you come to play. That's very nice, but you can also listen to a lot of bands that do not come to Lithuania, for example, because we don't have such a big festival. And I'm proud of this country that it's even smaller than Lithuania, you know, but it's like you have this festival that we don't have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
Oh,
do.
oh well, oh well.
But what festivals do you have in Lithuania that we should write down and think about visiting?
Oh, it was so many. Last year somebody was counting and it was too much.
Yeah, we
I
have a
guess.
lot of, but they're all like not very big, and it's usually the like Lithuanian bands playing. They sometimes have headliners from, but I guess like it's Granatos, Galapagai, and Karklė. I guess these are like three biggest festivals, but there are also very nice, a lot of nice festivals that are really small and for, how to say, very thematic audience, you know, how to say, I don't know.
Yeah, it's with the theme.
Speaking about the small festivals, you can, and sometimes you can hear very huge and great bands there that will be in the near or far future very talented and listenable. That's the best thing about small festivals. You can really get the festival feeling with not thousands around you. But speaking about your band, how did you all came together? Yeah, how did you all come together? You are two guys now, but that's not
We
all
know
the band.
that you are four.
Four, yeah.
So maybe Mantas will tell you.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, Mantas, please.
Yeah, well, I can start. You can tell how you joined, but at first, like the vocalist Šarukas that is waiting in the car downstairs.
He's guarding the car.
Yeah. So-
Okay.
So he's my brother. So we've started a band when he was born. He's a bit younger than me. So that's how it all started. You know, we from our teens we were trying to play something with like friends from around our like neighbors' kids, you know, and everything. Then we had a band, Garbanotas Bosistas, but it's like 7 years now that we're playing, but we had other two guys playing drums and bass. And just before 1 year, Jonas and Kipras joined, and maybe Jonas could tell us more about that because I don't really know.
How did you find the
It's
band?
it's not much to tell. We just joined the band, but we knew Mantas and Šaras from around Vilnius. Is not so big, and if you playing and you meet in the jams. I used to do these little jam sessions, and we met there, play together. And they just invited me, and it was very, very nice. I felt it in my guts that someday it's going to happen. I'm really happy that.
You were just waiting. You were just sitting, watching them, and now, any minute now.
Because I'm quite happy now.
What's the biggest goal and aim for you as a band to achieve in music in nowadays?
Release 35 albums, I guess.
Yeah, with
Whoa.
platinum albums, maybe
At least
some
gold.
Yeah.
At least, but it doesn't matter if it will be like platinum or gold, but I just like, to release 35 albums of music,
It's either to just do it and play for wider and wider audiences in more and more countries until you see that's nothing happening anymore, and it's either this or either you're so happy by just playing that you don't really care what's happening, and until you're happy you just play. So I don't know, it's either this or that, I guess.
How is it in Lithuanian music business? Do you really can make money from playing, or you have to do some other things as well in your life?
It really depends how many how many bands you're playing, and do you do private stuff. And so some musicians like it, some who are more into what they create is very important for them, so maybe they have a job and then do in music only what they want. So, and others just play like a lot of stuff, and then you can live.
You can make some.
But
make
of course,
some
if you have one band and you not the most popular band in Lithuania, it's much harder.
But how is it with your band, the Garbanotas Bosistas, pronouncing correctly? I guess.
Almost
You're training.
like Garbanotas.
Garbanotas.
Yeah.
Garbanotas Bosistas, like that. How is it with your band? Have you made some
Money?
money and some top places in your Lithuanian
In the
top
charts,
40? Yeah. or something like that. Have you ever been in the big parade?
I guess we are quite likable in Lithuania, and maybe getting there also.
I don't know about the charts, you know. Actually, the radio in Lithuania is. Well, I'm not listening to it actually. Well, there are few radio stations, but these are not like making top music like charts of all the music that's done in Lithuania, you know. So, but I guess like I'm trying to live out of music, and that's the main thing where I earn money, and only playing with this band. But sometimes you have to do side jobs, you know. But I hope it's going to change, and it's changing every day, you know.
And that's why I guess we're going, you know, to visit Broliukai.
Yeah.
Speaking about the radio in Lithuania, one time I was traveling by car to Vilnius, and I listened to show. It was called Vakaros Driftas. Is it a good show?
Not that I know.
Does it sound like a good show?
Vakaros Driftas.
It's like evening drift.
Yeah. It was very funny because there were music and people were making covers of music and singing.
Was it good, like music? If you liked it, I guess it's a good. It's a good show.
It sounded quite funny, really funny, because of the language. You partially can understand something, but as you told before, and the music was quite fun as well.
We noticed. We noticed as we were going today by the car, and in Bauska it was huge jam, and we had to stay for a long time in the car, and we were listening for radios, and we noticed that the music in Latvia are very different than in Lithuania.
In radio station.
What they play, and it's a lot of 90s and 80s stuff, which is kind of nice, but totally different than in Lithuania. So.
You have
it's
more.
just interesting fact.
You have more pop music radio stations.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess,
mostly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like nowadays,
Few alternative.
Yeah.
And few very nice internet radio stations, but mostly popular ones is like very pop. Too much, I guess.
The most. Speaking about popular things and unpopular things, what is the popular thing, the most popular thing in your concerts? What the audience do?
I hope listen.
That would be good.
Yeah. Sometimes when we get really into it, they starting to shake. But it's not really like, I don't know. You can maybe sometimes jump when you're listening our music. You not really, you can't really dance tango. But it depends. It depends on the people.
Yeah,
it
depends on what
the moves as well.
What's dancing,
Yeah.
If it's just moving, so I guess you can always move, but it's not like dancing waltz or something. That's quite impossible, I guess.
I hope that someone tries it tonight.
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay,
And
we'll try to play something that they could. Just come if anybody would like to.
we will speak in a few moments about what to do in next half an hour. But about the craziest thing in your gigs, have you ever witnessed something totally unusual and like, wow, this I'm gonna remember for all my life? That guy did that girl did that, and stuff like that.
It happens, quite, I guess. It happens. Not. I don't know if I can choose one or remember one, but things always happen, I guess. Especially maybe more on the stage, like you're playing and your drum totally collapsed and you're thinking how I'm gonna finish the concert and nobody knows it. Like your band members only knows that, and you just with the eyes you speak, with the eyes, with the smiles. Oh, we're doomed.
Houston, we got a problem.
This kind of stuff, and when it's some kind of somehow solved, so that's nice stories, I guess, in the end.
About your album, is this the first album you have made? It's called Above Us.
Yep.
So I guess it's the first album that we've made together with these guys that joined.
Yeah.
Before we had an EP, like
An EP, yeah. Okay, cool. For how long time did you were in studio? How many hours have
I guess
you
like
been?
2 months, something like that.
Yeah, about. We recorded ourselves, so it was just deadline that we thought that we have to end it until we have to give it to the
Press conference.
press. To the press. And we did it in our studio, so it wasn't that rush, but still in the end we had some sleepless Days.
Night.
Days and nights, sleepless
Sleepless days.
weeks, or something like that. What's the best food when you are in the studio?
Oh, we just got this crazy thing from, I guess it comes from Poland. Hot pan.
You know?
You
Hot
can
pan,
do
it's the-
everything
Oh,
there.
hot pan.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Then you
can-
just take an egg and some bread and make a sandwich.
Yeah, you know,
sandwich.
egg
And
in
heat
the
it up.
roll, it's the best thing, you know, when you have to eat like quickly
yeah.
and very, you take some bread, you take egg, you bake it, maybe with
Onion,
ham,
egg, and
just
bread. I guess it's always like that.
close it. Best sandwich.
Cool.
Everyone.
Cool. We will, if we can find hot pan,
You should get it.
We'll
here.
try.
let's go to Poland. Let's look for hot pan in Poland. About this evening, what are your, what are you waiting for it?
I really wanted to play, I guess. Yeah, because you know, you're driving, then you're eating, then you're sound checking, then you go to the radio, and then you're waiting for when you can really do what you came for.
Basically, that's why we came here, you know. So it's always you're waiting for this thing that you come here. So
This evening in club, it's called piens. How do you
Yes.
say milk in Lithuanian?
Jonas.
Pienas.
Oh yeah, then
Klubs
it's
pienas.
You just put A.
Klubos pienas.
Yep.
This evening, yeah, you're gonna play there. Have you been there before?
Yeah, I've been there, but I guess it's quite like a fresh club. I don't know, but I've been to the place like 2 times before, but I guess it's
It
changed.
has changed a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been around maybe 2 months ago. I was in some kind of club near, dancing wildly, but somebody told me that Piens is near here somewhere, so
So you're like, oh.
But actually, you know,
Maybe-
dance during nighttime. Oh no.
About the music, what were you dancing? What kind of music were there?
oh, I don't know, I was,
Oh yeah,
You were tired. And
You were
sleepy.
spirited.
I was
Spirited
happy.
away.
I was happy, and when I'm happy, I can dance wherever.
That's good. That's just so good. We can see you this evening live. In basically 25 minutes, you have to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
You will
We
be there.
still have the car downstairs. You
you
know.
will. No worries for that. But how long time you have to? For how long time you usually sound check and everything, and make your
I guess it
appearance?
depends on the about the sound check. It depends on the equipment, you know, on the place, on sound guy and everything. But if you're asking like about the show,
Yeah.
so it's usually something between hour and 15 to hour and a half. Sometimes if it's really great atmosphere, you can play like for almost 2 hours. Because when we play, there are some songs that they don't have like the concrete sequence, you know, and we're just trying to jam if the mood is right. So sometimes we can play one song or the mix of songs for quite a long time.
And we will experience this tonight in Club Piens.
Yeah.
You're gonna play live there, and then you're gonna go to Estonia
Yeah.
tomorrow.
And then you're coming back to Reizekne.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is quite fancy, and we hope you will rock the place.
Okay.
Thanks.
We'll try.
Spill all the milk.
Oh, yeah.
Do everything what you want to do. But remember, feel like home, but remember that you're a guest. Thank you so much, guys,
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank
here.
you.
Okay,
Thank you,
And,
guys.
and 23 minutes.
Okay.
People
Okay,
are,
we
people
have
are
to
waiting.
run. We have to run. Ciao, love you.
Okay.
Come to
So, have a
Piens.
good evening, everybody.
Bye! Un tagad gan mums ir jāpastāsta pilnīgi viss latviešu valodā.
Jā,
Tas būtu jauki.
tātad puiši ir spēlējuši iepriekš pozitīvus pirms gada, arī Reizeknē 7 kalnu festivālā 3 gadus atpakaļ. Vēl viss kaut kur Latvijā viesojušies, un Reizeknē spēlēs jau sestdien, bet šokar pienā 9. ir izlaiduši albumu, un tādēļ arī viesojās pie mums. Nesen bija arī Lielbritānijā. Viņu mīļākie kaimiņi ir Polija un Latvija. Nav grūtību ceļot, ir smieklīgi ar valodām, jo reizēm vieglāk saprast ir pavisam svešas nekā latviešu valoda, jo latviešu valodā, lai arī kaut ko atpazīst, nav tik viegli. Ļoti patīk Baltijas valstu daba, Rīgā ir ļoti daudz saldumu veikalu, festivāli, pozitīvus esot bijuši vienīgie lietuvieši pagājušajā gadā. Lietuvā ir daudz festivālu, bet tie ir mazi, taču forši, jo tur var dzirdēt daudz lietuviešu grupas. Tālūk, un pirms gada mainījās gan bundzinieks, gan basists, bija jau iepriekš pazīstami Viņā, tikās džemošanas pasākumos, un grupas mērķis ir izdot 35 albumus un spēlēt ar vien lielākiem cilvēku pūļiem. Kā viņi atzīst, nopelnīt var ar mūziku Lietuvā, ja ir paralēls darbs vai spēlē daudz grupās, un Lietuvai viņi domā un uzskata un zina, ka patīk. Lietuvā radio spēlē tikai popu atšķirībā no Latvijas, kur viņi, kā šodien novēroja, skan daudz 80. un 90. gadu mūzikas. Un viņu mīļākais ēdiens ir tas, ko var pagatavot karstajā panniņā.
Tālūk. Mēs tūdaļ pat arī klausīsimies dziesmu, kas saucās Places, Planes and Trains no Garbanotas Bosistas.
PieciLV.